Hey everybody, thank you so much for tuning in once again. My name is Joanna M. Cameron. I'm a mental health therapist and a life coach, and I'm bringing you mental health tips and life coaching tools that are going to help you navigate through your everyday life. I have taken my 30-day mental health reset and I am back. I'm excited to be here to share with you information that you can add into your toolbox and pull out when you need it. And it's just a really good feeling to be back here with you guys. So thank you so much for joining me, and thank you so much for having this and taking this journey with me. Don't forget that if you are not subscribed, I really need you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Make sure you're liking the videos because it really helps me out, and I really appreciate the support. Please share the video with somebody if you feel like they can find the information useful, or it may just be a little tool in there that they could, utilize at some point in their life. Make sure you're sharing that information. So let's dive right in and talk about 3 things that can keep you feeling stuck in life. And a lot of times that happens to us, and we might need to take that mental health reset that I took just last month. But if you find yourself in that situation, try to figure out what it is that's causing you to feel stuck. One of the biggest reasons, I would say, number 1, is fear of what other people are going to think about you. We allow all of these outside influences to really play a big role in our lives when a lot of times people aren't even really giving us that much attention. But for whatever reason, we feel like they're focused so much on what we're doing and they're judging us from afar. And then we find ourselves feeling a little embarrassed or intimidated or just discouraged and decide to scrap the whole project, whatever it may be, altogether. And that's not the best thing to do. You really want to try to understand that if someone in your life or someone that you know is actually judging you, it's probably their own insecurities that, number 1, is causing them to do that. And they are putting that type of judgment on you simply because they're afraid to put themselves out there as well. So if they can project what their insecurities are onto you, they might keep you in a state of being stuck with them, which won't allow you to advance past them. And so if you find yourself surrounded by people like that, or even associating yourself with people like that, when you actually may have a valid point and you are being judged by somebody, you want to get yourself out of that friendship or out of that acquaintanceship, whatever it is. But also, don't feel like you're being judged in a situation where people may not even be thinking about what you're doing necessarily. So you really want to try to, determine if that's what's really going on. Get out of your own head. And if it's not, then you want to try to get out of your own head and let go of the thought or the anticipation and worry of being embarrassed. It is hard to be vulnerable. It is hard to put yourself out into a new situation. And, sometimes we just need a good support system. So that's number 2. Number 2 is you want to definitely make sure that you have a good support system so that you can get out of that state of being stuck. If you're stuck in just a decision that you need to make and you just really need somebody to bounce that idea off of and somebody you can trust, one of the biggest problems is we're so concerned and so worried about being embarrassed and being judged by the people in our circle that we may not be opening up to the people who are actually there for us and who actually are for us. And I'm not saying you need an entourage. You don't need 10 to 20 people to support you. You don't need that many people to be in your circle and to be on your side. If you've got 1 or 2 really good friends that you can trust, a mentor even, someone that you can trust and go to with your ideas, that'll give you the support, that will give you the encouragement, that won't look for the negative before they give you the congratulations. You want those people in your circle to kind of help boost you up and get you out of that state of mind of being stuck. And again, you have to be open to trust that there are actually people in your corner and kind of determine who those people are. Remember, if you feel like you're getting judged, get those people out your life and make sure that you're keeping those people close to you who have been supportive consistently, who have been there for you, who have had your back, who've checked on you, who've not only wanted to be around you in the good times, but who've also been there for you in the bad times. The people who are calling you, the people who are saying, hey, how's it going? The people who just want to make sure that your ideals are manifesting, the ideals that you may have mentioned to them. Like I said, those are the people that you really want to allow to be a part of your circle to help you if you ever get to a state of feeling stuck in anything that you're pursuing. Because it can be difficult, especially if you're starting a new business or if you want to make a big decision in life. Sometimes you just need someone to say, hey, it's gonna be okay, or hey, maybe, do it this way. Have you thought about this? This might work, or I think that's a great idea what you're doing. Just those type of encouraging words from someone that you trust can really do a lot to boost you out of that state of being unstuck. And then the last thing, number 3, that can keep you in a state of feeling stuck is when you do something for someone other than yourself. So a lot of times we live our lives for people that have influenced us and people that we've grown up with, or people who are in our family. They'll put their own wishes and desires for their life, things that maybe they wanted for themselves and didn't get to see manifest. They may be pushing those things on you. So you may be living this life that's completely false. That's not a life that you designed for yourself, but it's a life that someone else has designed for you. So for example, you may have been taught growing up as a child that you're going to graduate from high school, you're going to go to college after high school, you're going to get a 9-to-5 job, and you're going to get married, and then you're going to have a baby. That may not be at all what you want for your life, but you're following this path just because that's what someone else had designed for you. That was the life that maybe they led and they felt like it worked for them, so of course it would work for you, right? Not necessarily. So you want to make sure that you are living a life that you have designed for you, that a life that you feel like is going to really work out and benefit you, and not live a life just because someone else thinks that's the best path for you. So even in your circle, if you have people saying, no, don't do that, do it this way, it's okay, because maybe, that is the best information and you trust that information and you resonate with that information. But that's key. If you don't resonate with that, if that's not something you feel in your heart is something that you really want to do, even if it is coming from a trusting, supporting person who is in your life, check that information and make sure that it's what you want, because you'll find yourself living this lie of a life that ultimately is going to cause you to feel stuck. Because no matter how good it works out for you, which it very well could on the outside, on the inside you're falling apart, and then you find yourself again in that state of feeling stuck. Do what makes you feel good, do what is best for you, and don't live the life that someone else has designed for you just because it worked for them or just because it seems like that's the next best logical step. So those are 3 things that I feel keep people feeling stuck, and we want to avoid feeling stuck. If nothing else that we could have possibly learned in 2020 is that life is not promised. And, we saw a lot of hurt, a lot of death, a lot of suffering, a lot of pain. And people are now realizing that they need to be doing what's best for them. And I hope that's what you're realizing too. So these are my 3 tips for you to make sure that you are not feeling stuck. If you are, now you know what to do about it. All right, so don't forget, subscribe, like, and share, and I will see you again, same place next week. Bye for now.